I lost connection from Instagram. So I'm going to do a brief, I mean really brief synopsis of what that broadcast was all about. I'm seeing that some of you may be joining me at this present time because we lost the live taping of the show. So I'm just going to run over it real fast and we're just going to make it a 30 minutes recap. I went over the $30 billion tour. I told you about the who I am is Mrs. Ollie, owner producer of the downtown Minneapolis location. I'm on location right now at the T-Sound Broadcast Corner. We call it the Evening Corner. And I want to give a shout out to my husband who's on standby. He's going to be waiting patiently for me to go into the next broadcast because he wanted this one to be over so he can talk to his wife. So, honey, if you're patient and you're listening, I got to run this a little bit fast because it did not broadcast. So I'm going to have to do a recap. So anyway, I bring to you this evening broadcast, like I said, a recap, is A.O.F. This all on Friday. Millionaire music artists, which includes billionaire couple, Mr. JayZ and Mrs. Beyonce. They are the couple that are on the top of our list of suggestions when we choose 12 artists. We're combining them, maybe 14 because they may come as a pair or they may come as individuals. But as a pair, they're worth $1.250 billion. And singly, for Mr. JayZ, he's worth, and the number one artist, is worth $900 million. Actually, that classifies him as the richest artist in the world. And his wife, Mrs. Beyonce, she's at $355 million. Combined is what makes them worth $1.250 billion. So, investors, I'm appealing to you for you to invest in them first because they're number one. And number two, I'm putting people in for you to get some suggestions. We got a PayPal tag against a lot of them, but on the PayPal on our website at CABMSP Music Studios with an S.com, we have PayPal buttons attached to at least 12 artists. And they're at the top of the list. And I'm anticipating, I'm looking at, I'm watching the concerts. I'm watching, how they sell the crowd. I'm wondering how they interact with the crowd. I'm observing all these things as I put the artists. Right now, there's 12. But I may make some adjustments. But even still, that's Mr. JayZ and Mrs. Beyonce. That's my newfound son, Chris Brown. That's my newfound son. Sold out all his concerts. He sold them all out. He got 2 platinum awards for his work. So I'm looking at that. His newfound mama is putting a check by his name. Hey, he may be going to the Grammys and get everything. So I know I want my son. Family first. And then there's Rihanna. I'm watching Rihanna. She's always on my Instagram page. In the front of it, actually. And she's Fenty look, Fenty beauty, Fenty savage, her own lingerie line. All her concerts, I observed them all. And they were hot. She knew how to make them interact with her, the people. And they just love her. And that's great for me. I can see them, Chris and Rihanna. I don't know what you thinking over there. I can see Chris and Rihanna, the next billionaire couple. They could be next. And then, of course, when we go across to our green color continent, Africa, not North Africa, but Africa, the green color. When we get home, with this brown beautiful black tent came from, we will have the next billionaires. And I do believe that's WizKid and Tyler Savage. I don't know what the story is and don't care about that. I think they're a hell of a team. Whatever their dream is, I like for them to be the next billionaire couple. Of course, we got Davida. He's already in a billionaire family, but him and Chioma, Chef Chioma. Those 6 people right there can handle it. Mr. JayZ and Mrs. Beyonce, Mr. Chris and Mrs. Rihanna. Nice pair. I don't care what you're thinking over there. You got it all wrong. But Mr. Chris and Miss Rihanna, they belong together. In case you don't realize it by now. I, with God in my background, don't read things wrong. I read them right because God is in my head all the time. And he told me that couple loves each other. I didn't even know who they were. But I know they're in love. That much I know. And they belong together. Chris and Rihanna. Mr. Chris and Mrs. Rihanna. How about that? Don't care what you're thinking over there. They belong together. She got love on her brain and he got heartbreaks of a full moon. Because he's singing to her and she's singing to him. Listen, I did, and I still do. Because that's my newfound son. And my newfound son needs his newfound wife, and this is newfound wife, my newfound daughter-in-law. I love you, Rihanna. I don't care what those people saying out there. I don't. And he loves you too. I decided to tell you both this on national TV, Instagram Live. He loves you. And you love him too because you got love on your brain. Neither one of you won't even go be with nobody else because you want each other. Forget the world. The world can't tell you what's happening with your life. Only God knows. And he knows that you belong together. As one. You're the virtuous woman and he's the man that needs the virtuous woman so you can become one. I decided to tell you that. Live on Instagram. But now that you know, you too, as far as I'm looking on the T-Som label, T-Som brand, T-Som everything, is my next couple. Billionaires. And then there's Tyler Savage and WizKid. Then there's Davida and Chioma. That's the main course right there, the meal. That's the main course. Then we got those other ones that's coming up. You know, there's Mr. Easy. Mr. Easy. He is moving up that ladder and climbing like you never can believe. That young man is very talented. And of course, there's Techno. He's very talented. But we can't see. I can't see how he interacts. He's a writer. He's a composer. He's a little bit of everything. That boy is a genius, and I'm going to be looking for you, Mr. Techno. We'll fix the crowd. You know how to put everything in the crowd, the music, the dance, the piano, the guitar. You know how to work that music, Mr. Techno, and that's what I'm paying attention. So, Mr. Easy and Mr. Techno, and of course there's Malika Berry. Malika Berry from the UK. I'm watching all you guys. I am. And then, of course, we got some ladies I might want to, I'm just throwing out some out there that I like. I like Simi Shay. Simi Shay. She got a beautiful voice. I'm just listening. I'm looking. I'm checking them all out. There's quite a few of them. And Yami, she got those moves. I'm looking at everything. I'm checking everything. I'm going off the broadcast. Well, I'm just going verbatim, just going off the broadcast. I'm not even going to tell you all about the land. I'll tell you that Monday and all that. I'll tell you the Monday and Wednesday when I'm talking to the men and talking to the women. This is all about investing in this product. And these are millionaires, music artists. And we, with investment help, capital investors, they have helped us get that land. We don't have it completely yet. In Narrows, we're right at, I think we were at 1,200,000. That's Narrows now. Do the math. 352 divided by the 1,100,000 Narrows. No, actually, take our 88,000 we just dropped. Subtract that from our 1,100,000. And then that'll tell you how much we owe in Narrows. And we just got to get some more. The money's still coming. U.S. investors. We just need, I think, about 2020. Let's give or take 2,500. It's less than that, but something around there. We'll have that before December 15th because I got you. You're going to invest. You're going to stop talking all this mess. I got 5,000 friends in LinkedIn. What I need with your friendship, you need to come up with some change. You need to come up and invest in this music. A lot of you know who I am. You've been with me. You play with me. You've been in my jazz band. You've been on Music on the Lawn. You've been in my school. You've been everywhere. Put your money where your mouth is. LinkedIn. I don't need to know who the premium folks are. They got doctors over there, lawyers over there, dentists over there. Everything on LinkedIn. But if you're afraid to invest in what we're looking for, and a lot of you musicians that had to go back to the regular industry to work because you couldn't play music because there was no jobs. You, God bless your soul, you didn't kill all the people who was in the bars. You killed them already. They drunk themselves to death. And the ones that own the bars died trying to save them. So this is where it's at. It's in the tours where you got these big venues. And we going to have our own that's near the airport. Before we even think about sitting in a house or a bar or a club, any of that stuff on our land, we're going to use that land for festivals. Why not? The number one continent is Africa. It is Africa. And why can't we put our land, our bank, our 3 studios, and our label, branding everything on our land? Our land where you and I and all is trying to make $30 billion tours for artists to have some work to do. All you need to do is go into one of the locations, drop your education a moment over there. I got a school, it used to be $10, 10 American US dollars. You thought it was too much, now it's high as hell. You can't get into school now. You better come up with $2,500 for your school fee now. Because we're going international. And it costs to go international. You need a passport, you need a visa, you need all that. So in order for us to sit these centers over there in these other foreign countries and then come back home because we didn't build it everywhere else, because you guys here in North America, like I said, I know just about all of you, okay? You may not all know me, but you have played, those that have played with me in my bands, your shop dressing asses, I'm telling you, with your tuxedos and your white shirts and all that. You know who I am. You know me. I didn't have to say, what's the dress code? You knew it already. And you came sharp as a tack. Because that's where it's at when it comes to me. You're dressing your ass off. Or on. I'm going to be like Cardi B right now. I'm going to let you have it. Live on Instagram. I'm tired of talking nice. I'm tired of picking up the book telling you who all the artists are. I'm tired of telling you where the locations are. I'm tired of telling you what the capacity. You know all this. Google it. North American music artists. You know what to do. This is not about a scam. I hear that all day long. People scamming this and scamming that. I'll say to the women, you're dumbasses if you gave your money to fools. That was your foolish ass. And I normally don't cuss. That's your dumb ass. If you gave away your money, now your ass is broken and calling a scam, that's your dumb ass. So this is not about a scam. This is about a $30 billion world investment tour so musicians can get back to work. They don't want, like that guy said on Sean Combs' show, he said he wants to get off the trash truck. Baby, you can get off the trash truck. You can. But you got to invest in this music over here. And I started low. 5% is nothing. You hear what I'm saying? 5% of anything is nothing. We started low with the dollar amount as $100. You can beg $100, North Americans. Beg it. If you can't figure out how else to get it. The boy wants to get off the trash truck. So in order to get him off the trash truck, he needs at least $100. 5% of that, at the end of the concert, he can get $105 back, or you can get it for him, if that's all you got. It's 5 to 10%, that's investment percentage, times $100 to $1 million and plus. The $1 million and plus is for those that got that $1 million and plus. But I gave you an opportunity to invest $100 and get $5 back for investing in $30 billion world investment too, with some of the largest places that we can put people in, and the millionaires, and a billionaire couple, $1.250 billion. That's what I did. So everybody can get in. So then I decided to TSOM everything. TISOM stands for the International Sound of Music. I branded everything. TSOM hair, TSOM nails, TSOM fashions, TSOM fashion designers, TSOM models, TSOM look, put TSOM everywhere. Because I'm trying to make some jobs for these musicians so they can go to school and learn how to read. That was my priority, is the reading. That's what slowed me down. I wanted these musicians to read so when I come back out again, and I'm back, believe it. I'm back. I want to give you a sheet of music. Let's go. That's what I was telling you before. Let's go. And then I discovered you were playing music from tapes, playing music from albums, playing music from tracks because your damn ass could not read. Forgive me for being angry. So I stopped my interest in the music and started focus on that reading. Lost everything. This is my story. I lost everything trying to get you guys to read. $10 for a class. Had the top-notch teacher, I believe, in the world. I drug him over there from University of Minnesota. Nobody didn't even want the young man. Once I got him, here come University of Minnesota. I offer you big top dollar, assistant dean of the University of Minnesota, to come back to us after I didn't groom them and everything. Well, I couldn't afford to keep him, so I had to let him go. He was working on his master's. They offered him assistant dean to the University of Minnesota. Offered him money to go with it, I'm sure. And I lost him at the end of our graduation. I was graduating children in caps and gowns. And the Asian community, the Asian continent, check that out. They were my students. The Asian continent. But this is how they got smart. They saw how at that time, Mrs. Penny was doing this. They probably got their own school. More power to them. Once they got their own school, learn how to read, do this and this and this, They'll find me. Because children do love me. They will find me and come back and say, Miss Penny, if I'm still around, Miss Penny, you made me do this. Miss Penny, you helped me do that. Miss Penny, Miss Penny. Because they were very interested in Miss Penny. They were all from the Asian continent. I don't care which part, but they were from the Asian continent. And wanted to know how to read. What a blessing. And this is a shout out to all my students from CABMSP. That's what we call. No, at that time, it was called Creative Band MSP. Those are all my students. I created a band MSP in Studio A, the music literacy program. That's where I started. In St. Paul, Minnesota. In an Asian social service building. They allowed me to come in there and start my school. And even begged me not to go. And foolish to me, I decided, okay, it's a better place on the other side. I don't always believe this. The grass is green on the other side. It's not always green on the other side. Hi, Just Life. What that says? Let me see what you got down there. Just Life. Hi, Just Life. I'm glad you joined. I'm talking a speech over here. I'm glad you want to hear some of it. It's almost over, but I want to get the point across. I started a school in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm almost at the end of the conversation now, but I started this school. And it was called Creative Band MSP in Studio A, the music literacy program. And I lost focus on the musicians and started focusing on people learning how to read. So then I decided at the end of the tunnel, when I lost everything. And I came back. I'm back now. I decided still focus on the music, still set up the centers, the TSOM International Music Centers in the 7 continents and in Africa, if that's where you are, Mr. Dustlight. I want to set up my first center in my home where me and my husband were married. That's where I'm going to set up my first TSOM International Music Center. It's going to have a bank, 3 studios, C, A, and B, the corporate office, the MLP, and the BBB. That's for the label. Everything the label going to need is going to be in that building. But before we get started, investors, we got the land. We're working on the land. We're almost done with the land. And our first concert is going to be in Africa on the land. That's where we're going to do our festivals. We're going to grow these 7 continents and these TSOM International Music Centers in the other 6 continents. We're going to do it by starting with the first continent. It's Africa. The black tent, where I got so brown and beautiful. That's where we're going to start. Right there. And then we're going to move on into Antarctica. We're going to move on into Asia, Australia, Europe, South America. Then we're coming back to what I know to be home, and that's North America. But I'm going back to my original home. That's the first continent. These are the colors I wear. Green and orange at this present time. I'm going to go to Africa, then I'm coming home to North America with the color orange to represent this continent. By the time I'm done, I hope we have, if everybody get the point, everybody invest, everybody do whatever we need to do, I hope that forget hope, I like to take that out. We will have the largest, the hugest, the biggest, the whatever words you choose, TSOM International. We're going to call it the music industry, the largest in the whole wide world. Bring everybody under this umbrella. It's the international one. And then we're going to have for future, just in case you guys, it's almost time for me to go, we're going to have our own international anthem. Work on it. Get your friends together and start putting it together. I'll give you some words. I'm a writer, composer, arranger, director. I'm a everything. So we're going to have our international anthem that makes our music industry the largest in the whole wide world. That's the goal. But we start in 7 continents at a time. And Africa's first, and then we got the rest. So anyway, I had to do a recap because I wasn't live. Now you're coming now. After Memphis. Hi, Memphis. Hi. How's it going? I'm glad you stopped by, but I had to do a recap because I wasn't getting my live broadcast wasn't coming through. I used YouTube, I used Facebook, and then I lost Instagram. I thought I was on live and lost the connection with Instagram. So I came back. And you guys will see this because I'm about to end it now. Why you call hi Memphis? Hi. I'm coming to Memphis too. That's in the North American continent. You guys got some stadiums over there, some festival grounds and all that, and some colleges. We're coming there. But just be patient. Put your investment on the table. We have a credit card machine. We have the sliding one. I'm taking that with me when I travel. We'll still be able to communicate because I'm going to broadcast this show wherever I'm headed. It's going with me. And then, like I said, my husband handling the African part of the thing, then I'm going over there. I'm just going to let him do him, and I'm going to do the U.S. portion. Then we're going to meet up over there right after Christmas with our land and all that, and then we'll take pictures, whatever you need. Proof that we have land for our $30 billion world investment concerts. I mean, not investment concert, for our $30 billion world investment tour. You have all that when we get to Africa. So anyway, where is Minneapolis, Minnesota? Oh, you want to talk? Okay, the name of our band is After Memphis. Well, I'll tell you what you can do. Nice to have Junior. What you can do, I have my own Instagram channel, Mr. and Mrs. Ali. On, not Instagram, sorry. YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel. You can send me an email from the website, CABMSP Music Studios with an S.com. Go there first. Send me your live taping. You can sit in front of your video camera like I'm doing, do a live broadcast because I got to see you live. Let me hear you. Let me see what you're offering. If it's good and you got some reading skills or you want to join one of our international music centers that's coming around the 7 continents, just let me know what you sound like and we'll set you up for the schools too in one of the North American continent locations so you can pick up some of these reading classes. And I don't care about you guys keep telling me I can sight read. Forget sight. You see the sight when we get to the concert. I want you to read music, not scan it. Read it. It's just like the ABCs. We're going to read music because I'm going to give you sheet music and you're going to play for all the people in the world that need to hear it. So send me your information. Let me hear you live somewhere. After Memphis, let me hear you live by going to the website, CABMSP Music Studios with an S.com. Send me from the website. Go to the email address and send me a live taping of After Memphis. If I think it's good enough or well enough to bring you to the label because you're reading or you got some awards or something, you're a millionaire, you got to be a millionaire or something, then you can, I'm signing people to the label. I haven't signed them yet because I'm looking. If this is the international, TSOM International, you got to be a millionaire, honey, or a billionaire, or about to be one. And you better be damn good to get on TSOM label. You can't walk in there anymore. It used to be $10, $35 to walk in the Minnesota Musician Membership Guild, MMG 1 and 2. You could walk in there. You just had to pay $35 and little stuff. But now, it's kind of expensive now because it's a $1 million artist that's going to be in this location. Million and billionaires. So we'll create you to be at that status. Just send me what you got so I can hear it. Or even you can go on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at CABMSP Music Studios with an S. I'm Mr. and Mrs. Ollie, the official. I'm I think I'm Penny Ollie, the official. Just Google me. CABMSP Music Studio. I'm somewhere. But go to Instagram. I like Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. On Facebook, it's going to be Create a Band, some old stuff from 2012. Create a Band MSP. They finally catching up with me. Facebook, that is. But I love Instagram, so put your mess on Instagram so I can hear it. Or go to my channel, Mr. and Mrs. Ali, OLI. That's my YouTube channel. Sit it over there if you can. Let me hear it. That's the point. But anyway, I done ran over 10:05 Central Time in the Minnesota location. You did ask the question, where's Minnesota? Okay, you got it? Put another okay so I know you got the point. You send me that music so I can hear what you sound like. Give me an okay if you with it. You got it? I don't see your okay after Memphis. I got to go after Memphis, so you send the information to the website or send it on Instagram and let me hear it. I have CABMSP Music Studios on Instagram as well. So you guys, you're running me over time, but I had to recap because I lost the live broadcast. And in the future, I'm going to be introducing YouTube live to you guys. Gotcha. Okay, let me tell you that. How can I tell you okay? I'm going to tell you okay. Okay. There you go. Okay. I got to go now. Have a great night. You too. Let me find it too. You too. Okay. See ya. Serenera. Gotta go. See you Monday. Same time, same place. 11 a.m. and 9 p.m. Central Time. Serenera.